This conference will
Hello,
now be
am
recorded.
audible? Yes, audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, very good, very good. Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope you are safe, staying at home, not coming out from home, all these things. So today we will discuss intraepithelial disease. That is also intraepithelial disease, pre-malignant disease of the cervix, all these things will be. So pre-invasive disease of the cervix, all these things we will discuss all these things. So intraepithelial disease of this or CIN, cervical intraepithelial lesion. Otherwise, we can call it that is dysplasia. Dysplasia. So CIN, okay, CIN, cervical intraepithelial disease. It can be called dysplasia of the cervical or SIL, squamous intraepithelial lesion of the cervix. So their synonyms are there, either CIA, dysplasia, SIL, and according to the different definition that is. So what is CIN on definition? So CIN is the histopathological condition where part or whole thickness of the epithelium is replaced by cells showing varying degree of dysplasia. So, when cervical epithelium, we can there's a cervical lesion is there, that is also the histopathological condition where part or whole thickness of the cervical epithelium is replaced by cells showing varying degree of dysplasia. That is pre-invasive lesion. That is a pre-invasive lesion, completely asymptomatic. That is may not have any symptom. Patient may not complain any symptom. Only routine screening will detect this disease. And this, if it is not treated, not detected, it may lead to invasive cancer or CSRV. Though it may take more time on this thing, but it will allow them to progress the disease. So this is all this thing is there, that is cervical intraepithelial lesion and dysplasia. Dysplasia, what is the dysplasia? It is a cytological condition, cytological description, all these things, where the cell that is a dysplasia. So cytological description, those are morphological changes of the cells which resemble malignancy. Dysplasia is cytological condition, whereas histopathology is this histopathology. CIN is histopathological condition. So his CIN is histopathological condition. Dysplasia is cytopathological description of cells showing this pre-malignant lesion on. So CIN, all this is dysplasia. So this is all these things. So when you come to know that this is epithelium of the cervix, epithelium of the cervix. So when it is a cervix epithelium is covered is outer side from this exocervix is covered with stratified squamous epithelium, stratified columnar epithelium. But inside it is a columnar epithelium. Inside is columnar epithelium. So this epithelium of cervix is composed almost 10 to 40 to 15 layers, all these things. You can say that superficial layer, intermediate layer, parabasal and basal. So from here it is theater. So superficial layer, intermediate layer, parabasal layer, that is few layers of superficial and few layers of intermediate and few layers of variable. So in total, almost 15 layers of cells of the disease. So exocervix is very pink. This is pinkish in color. The normal one is smooth. This is slope or vision is there. This is a basal layer. Here it is there. The stroma has gone inside. That is the epithelium. That is the epithelium. So it is there. So intermediate superficial. So these are the all these histopathology of this. The endocervix. Ectocervix is, that is, superficial intermediate paravasal vessels. Here you go inside the cervix from the internals os inside. You go inside. You will find single layer of columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium, tall cells. Nucleus is arranged in base of the cell. That is a basement membrane. That is here. Here it is. So if you see that the ectocervix is 10 to 15 layers of epithelium. Here in columnar endothelium, that is only single layer. When these two things are matching, columnar and extracervix and endocervix, there is a junction, columnar junction. This is the enlarged view. This is columnar cell. This is the stroma. That is it. So that is it. So that is also the columnar does not form this surface cervical canal, but is throws into the multiple longitudinal. So this is columnar cell. That is also sometimes this is going inside the multiple crypts. That's papilla. The small papilla goes into the lumen. So you can see it here. It is a crypt of columnar cell. It is with a lumen. It is also. So there is again there is a fold is there. You can see crypt fold. You can see it's opening here. This opening only you see that is a small opening. That's why you identify the columnar epithelium. That is it. So they are in between. I told you in between the ectocervix and endocervix. This there is a junction. This is called squamocolumnar junction. Outside is squamous, inside is columnar. So this point is very important in point of malignancy, all these things. When we'll see all this thing, it is very important. It is very important. That is also, that is, so it is very important. That is also because malignancy starts from here. Malignancy starts from that. This is a dynamic moment. Dynamic point. Why we are calling dynamic? Because it moves. It moves on this thing is here from goes inside and comes out. When there is a movement, all these things depend upon the hormonal thing of this. Yes, yes, that is also dynamic one. And just differences like puberty, it is going. In say the menopause period, it goes down during pregnancy, it comes out. You need to see all these things. So it changes position. That's why this is columnar junction is very important because malignancy start from this area and spread from there, all these things. So its point is moving, that is pharmacolonial cells during puberty, menopause, it goes down, and when there is a childbearing period, menstruation, it comes out. That is it. So here you can say that is all these things. This one is IFS, original pharmacolumnar junction, and this one is small one, that is active pharmacolumnar junction. This area is called pharmacolumnar junction. That is transformation zone. This is original pharmacolumnar junction. When the metaplasia occurs, it goes down up to here. So this person, this is endothelium, that is internal columnar epithelium. You can make out this is columnar, this is pharmacolumnar transformation zone, this is the outer side, this is inside. This area is the transformation zone. Here you can find this area is the transformation zone. This is active zone, this is external os, internal. This area is transformation zone. Transformation zone. This transformation is susceptible for malignancy. So it is here. You can see it is internal os, almost it is in external os, and that is the original one. Original pharmacolumnar junction, and that is active pharmacolumnar junction. Active. So this area is this is transformation zone. So this is all these things. So this one, when this pregnancy, it come outside. If it is menopause alvis, it goes inside. That's why it is difficult. Post-menopausal patient, even with colposcopy, it is difficult to see this point. That is also. But during active reproductive, it's come out easy to see. Also. So this is a sperma columnar junction. This area is susceptible for malignancy. It starts from here. So what happens, that is this area beneath the superficial layer, there are intermediate cells, intermediate or reserve cells or premature cell, reserve cell. Beneath this epithelium, the reserve cell is there. This reserve cell, normally metaplasia occurs if reserve cell transfer to squamous epithelium. But sometimes instead of metaplasia, normal metaplasia, there is abnormal, that is a growth of the cell occurs that resembles pre-invasive, that is a dysplasia. So normal is metaplasia. If it is abnormal, transfer to premalignant, this is a dysplasia. So basic thing is normal metaplasia is it beneath the columnar junction. All these things, this reserve cell transfer into squamous. But sometimes instead of all mistakes, if it is an abnormal set growth occur, if this instead of squamous columnar, then there may be pre-malignant cell or dysplastic cell. So this dysplastic cell may be due to etiological factor, maybe HPV vaccine, maybe early sexual exposure, maybe repeated math, maybe multiple parent pregnancy, all these things, maybe immunosuppressive condition, all these things when exposed to this condition, then it will transfer to chance of pre-malignant condition. I told you here that is also I told you that is there here this majority of the CSR weeks is due to HPV infection. So HPV infection mostly 16, 18, 31, 32. But again 6 and 11 are also. There are almost 120 types of HPV infection, but all are not responsible. Few are responsible. The majority is 16, 18 is very important. 6 and 11 are also there. That is very important. So these are all these things is exposed to all these things. That is, in if you see that now that HPV infection is so common, almost majority 2/3 amounts are exposed to HPV. But when this HPV infection is exposed or not treated, then we'll have CSRBs. These are the all things. I'm not going detail of all these things. That's all these things. That is all these things. So carcinogens, HPV, that is also, if there is all these things is early sexual intercourse, low immunity, multiple sexes, frequent childbirth, that is a bad hygiene, the husband of this woman, smegma is there, that is also uncircumcised cervix, is previous wife was having serious cervix, smoking, HIV, immunosuppressants, all these factors are responsible for that. So HPV infection is very active. So this is all this thing. At least you know HPV vaccine is HPV virus is responsible for the I this all this. Because few are exposed this 6, 11 with low carcinogen 6, 11, 14 with high carcinogen 16, 18 and this thing are high carcinogen. So that is also normally infection occurs within 2 years. That is cure for this. I told you majority of the women are infected with HPV. All women are there. So when HPV infection almost 1 to 2% of this patient with HPV infection will go or that is progress to CIA or malignancy. But only 1 to 3% will progress to malignancy. But the incidence of HPV infection is so high. This even 1 to 2% is also very high. So this is all this thing. All these things I told you, this is all these things. Maybe it is not required in undergraduate. If you remember, HPV infection is associated with all these things. Here the P53 factors is also present. So screening method, all these things. So who are the patients? Everything. The incidence of CSRB is so high. So high that majority of the patients dying with CSRB is very high. Now in Oman, almost it is first and second. That is a category of the first and second. That people are this. Second most death is occurring due to CSRB. That is also maybe because ovarian cancer or breast cancer. So it is that annually there are so many people are infected. In India, almost 1.5 lakh of people are infected, and death rate is also very high. Almost more than 50% are dying. All these things each year in India. The incidence of this is CSRB is very high. It is 25 to 27 per lakh of population. So it amounting almost 23% of the cancer death in women and almost total death is affecting 11%. So incident is almost 21 to 27%. It is almost 23% of the patients are dying due to cancer. Among the cancer patients are dying because of CSRV. So it is very good. So that's why you need screening. First thing is screening is all these things because this is so common in younger episodes. So your screening is starts from 20 years of age. All these things. Those are married and age is 21 years. That is also. So in this case, we screen every year for 3 years. Screening with pap smear. Screen with pap smear every year for 3 years. If it is negative, then every 3 years all this. Again, other category, that is 30 to 65 years, along with pap smear, we are doing HPV screening. If it is negative, then every 5 years. So screening is, that is all this thing method is each year for first 3 years, begins at 20 years of age, and if 3 are negative, then every year. And if cytology plus HPV are negative, then every 5. So every 5. So screening, how will screen? Before this, apart from that, again that is incidence, high risk patient. Those who are started early intersexual exposure, maybe adolescent, teenage, all these things, early childbirth, frequent childbirth, that is multiple sexual partner, loss of cases, smoking, HIV infection, pap smear infection, all these things. Husband with uncircumcised, that is because smegma is responsible for all these things. If you see all these things, then you have to screen it. Cytological screening, what we have said, we are taking away that is pap smear. So what is the criteria of taking after 20 years? You have say any time that can be taken, but abstinence for at least 24 hours is there. Before pap smear, we should not clean the part or should not clear the cervix, all these things. No lubricants okay. It is also. So normally pap smear, other one is liquid based cytology. Mostly we are doing pap smear screening. Okay. This is all this thing you are using pap smear is with this pap smear. These are the spatula, how we are taking all these things. So this is normally we are using is pap smear, IR spatula. This is also plastic IR spatula. This is also, this is a cytobrush. It helps to take the simple cells from the endocervix, all these things. This is also used for the cytobrush is there. Mostly this is used in HPV screening. This is cotton sub, not very useful. This is simple spatula, ice cream spatula is there. But mostly this is air spatula. This is air, this one is wooden, this one is plastic. So this is all these things. You may be asked what are the instrument in exam. So how you are taking this cytoplasm? This is the cervix, external os, going inside, that is taking the sample. Other one is also, if it is a patula, this pointed one. This one will go inside the cervix. This one will go inside this and rotate 180 degrees. After taking the sample, it has to be spread on this glass side and fix with formalin solution. That 95% ethanol solution fixation. Once it is fixed, then it has to has to be sent to histopathology department for cytological pathology department for cytology examination. So cytological examination. So when there is a beer, that is what will find all these things. I'll tell you that is what are the changes in cytology. So this is also screening. This is also. So according to report, all these things, that is what you'll find, that is divided at the class 1. It is a dysplastic. This is class 1, class 2, class 3, class. I have, these are all synonyms. All these things. See, carcinoma. Pre-malignant lesion can be sent as a CIN or dysplastic or with seal, squamous intraepithelial lesion, either low seal or high seal. So this is all this thing. So pap smear, that is again class 1, class 2, class 3, depending upon the cytological, morphological changes, it is there. WHO again, it is again CIN, CIN2, CIN3 and reactive. I'll tell you when next time I'll take you when you'll call CIN, when you'll tell CIN2, when we'll see one will carcinoma and C2. High seal and all this. So high seal and low seal as per the Beck soda system of classification, it is a Y seal and low seal. So this is all this thing is there. Other method of infection, all these things, though it is not very confirmative, but it will aid to your diagnosis accuracy, all these things. So I will screen all these things, visual inspection, direct visualization of the cervix. Under good light source, expose the cervix and see all these things, any area of abnormal necrosis or that is increased vascularity, all these things. So direct inspection, visual inspection with acetic acid, white. So visual inspection with Lugol's iodine. Why will this is apply all these things? If you clean the cervix, apply white, acetic acid, diluted acetic acid around 3 to 5%. Then immediately what you can say that their reaction takes place. That all this abnormal cell will take up the acetic acid. If it goes inside the cells, what happened? All these things, there will be protein is there. Protein is there. If acetic acid goes inside, then it will turn blue. That's why we will see acetic. That is abnormal cell. Likewise, if you apply the Lugol's iodine 5%, 3 to 5% Lugol's iodine solution. That cell will take up this glycogen, that is also will take up this Lugol iodine at its area, that is brown, normal cell. But if it is not taking up because the cell membrane is broken, it will appear as unstayed area. That is suspicious. Here this white area is suspicious. Here this unstained, which is not brown in color, is suspicious. These are two things. Other method is cervicography, colposcopy. That is also cervicography is there. That is nothing but magnifications of this one. You can see, and again same acetatus is applied on this. Again, fluorescence spectroscopy. There are so many things are there. That is also. So this is the screening procedure what we will say if it is every year for 3 years, then after every 3 years. It is 22 every 3 years. After that again, HPV is negative, then every 5 years. That is also. If it's positive, every you have to repeat it every, that is 6 months, every 6 to 12 months. That is also depending upon the this severity, whether high skill, mild, moderate, and severe dysplastic cell, you have to repeat. Then, and then other thing is there is this colposcopy. I told you that it's apart from this pap smear colposcopy. Colposcopy is also nothing but direct visual. It's a magnifications of the cervical epithelium cell. You'll see cervical epithelium cells direct visualization with magnification. Magnification is up to the 40x, 40 time magnification is there, that is also, but it is low magnification is required in colposcopy for cervical cancer, around 6 to 12. See, that is called the lesion extension. So what we are seeing is we are seeing epithelium, all this thing is there, that is colposcopy. We'll just discuss what are the indication of colposcopy, what are the findings of colposcopy. We'll come back and discuss all these things. So this is this colposcopy. It is also colposcopy is there. It is a colposcopy. It is nothing but magnification. We are using around 6 times magnification, 6 to 12 times or 6 to 16 times magnification, exposing service, all these things. So when species is there. This is not a diagnosis, but it will help in diagnosis. Accuracy will improve. That the sensitivity will increase all these things. So this is supportive method of treatment, not a diagnostic. It can supplement, but you cannot substitute this pap smear and that is histopathology. Histopathology is the final diagnosis. So what we'll find is all this thing. Here all this thing under low power magnification, we'll see discussed thing. So that is all this thing. What are the abnormal finding? Abnormal finding will this thing. Basically, it is the visual is abnormal vascular, terminal vessels of the cervix. So when we are seeing all these things, that is will be either you will apply acetate, there is the white area you can see with magnification. Punctation. Punctation, when there is a blood vessel coming to the surface, but both vessels are not uniform. It is beaded appearance. Sometimes it is coming too close to surface. There you will see some dot area from outside, punctation. Mosaic, when all vessels are visual from the outside, then you will see a mosaic pattern. So here you will see abnormal thing is acetoate area, punctation, and mosaic pattern. Mosaic pattern is like floor of this house, all this thing you'll see mosaic because all the vessels, superficial vessels, you can see thick white areas, severe case, you'll pick white areas, and sometimes you can lay ulcerative area for vascular abnormal. So this is all this thing. This is mosaic pattern. These are the all vessels superficially visual from the outside. This is so that is also outside. The mosaic pattern. That is all this thing. Punctation only dilated blood vessel because it is uneven. It is not uniform. Vessels are not uniform. This area, dilated area, is coming to the surface. So that is punctation. Here also it is there. It is when the whole thing is coming like this, you will have mosaic pattern. So before mosaic pattern, you will have punctuation, all these things. And colposcopy finding acetohate area, you can see acetohate. So this is also mosaicism. It is not very clear here. You can see punctuation, dot, 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 dot area here, punctuation. Here you see it is not very clearly seen it's mosaic. So that is all you can see that is that is acetohate area. So management that is. So sometimes you may not able to see details. Either it is you can see it is everything is satisfactory. You can say it's satisfactory if you are able to see this columnar junction. Here you see it's columnar junction. Here you will see columnar junction. That is all. When you are not able to see columnar junction or margin of this growth also, then it is unsatisfactory. So that is unsatisfactory. So diagnosis, that is when we say. So when we diagnosis all these things, different changes of all these things, you'll see that is what of the all these things. So CIN1, management based on histopathology picture. So CIN1 is very undifferentiated cell confined to the lower one third. Lower one third is, that is I will tell you lower one third. This is a basal layer. If it is a basal layer, that is also. I'll just show you lower one third. This one. This is basal layer. So CIN1, CIN2, CIN3. That is also that is. Here you will see whole thickness of the epithelium. That is superficial, intermediate, parabasal, basal. So whole, that is it. This one is that is. So this one, all thickness is normal, it is there. Here that is also one third. So from basal, not from major, from here. If it is encountered, this person is involved. You see, here it is there. These are all these things, pre-malignant cells. Dark nucleus, all these things. This is not. This is dark CIN1. These are involved. One third from the basal layer. CIN2, that is two third. Two third, this area is involved. Two third is involved. CIN2. Here whole thickness is involved. Whole thickness of the epithelial cell is inside. So it is not from here to here. We will measure it from basal layer to one third, two third, and all. CIN1, CIN2, CIN. So this is. So that is all this thing. So what happened? Just we want to know what happened with this thing. How we will orient for all this. When you are coming to follow up all this thing is there, that is also we should know what is the normal. What is the normal natural course of the disease? CIN. CIN. When we see CIN, then what will think that is also. So normal natural course of the disease is almost CIN. It needs only follow up, because almost 80% will regress to normal. CIN1, almost 80% will regress to normal. Only chances of carcinoma is less than 1%. So it is a less percent. So this is all this you have to know the natural course of the disease. CIN 80 to 90% will regress. Only less than 1% the chances for malignancy. CIN2 again that is answered here. CIN2 that regression part will be reducing. Okay, 30 to 40% will reduce, and it will persist. Almost 50% will persist. And chances of malignancy that's progressing to the invasive lesion is only around 5%. But to, it is CIN, this progression up to the 10 to 15%. So it is chances of progression to invasively disease. So you have to be careful. If CIN, it is okay. If it is CIN2, repeated supervision. If it is CIN, maybe we have to take some treatment. All I will go about it. So this is all this thing. So procedure assessment. So again is a Ascus cells, that is abnormal squamous cells of undeterminate significance, low LCL, all this thing. So when we are categorizing all these things, that is when you are comparing all these three, then what will have, that is also, this is also. So CIN1, it is low seal, CIN2 and 3 high seal. So basically now you are here again it is moderate to severe CIN. So CIN1, low seal, mild dysplasia, this is coming one category. If it is a moderate to severe CIN2, high seal, all these things. Again, if it is a invasive. So depending upon this comparison to the CIN1 is low seal, CIN2 and 3 coming under high seal. So when you are coming to management, you have to keep in mind CIN mild dysplasia because these are different things. Mild dysplasia, CIN and L seal will treat one type, and if it is CIN2 high seal, will treat more aggressive. So this is all this. So what we are doing is this is Ascus, abnormal squamous cells of significance, low seal, low grade squamous intraepithelial lesion. That is, if it is there, every 6 months you will follow up this case. Every 6 months you will follow up this case. So, but if it is there, you have to know that is little more persistent. So here it is persistent 2 more years. Within 2 months, it will subside. If it is not sensitive, it may persist with CIN2 only. So this is something. So again, when this patient are this patient progress to invasive, it will take long course, 10 to 15 years. So we have ample of time to see this is also. So it will take 10 to 15 years for malignancy. During this period, you hit this patient. That's why that is the screening is very important. That's why I keep on screening all this. That is CIN2 and CIN3, that is that it will little more aggressive treatment is we have the link visual all these things. So in this case, treatment for all these patients. So treatment for all these patients is that is. So in this case, we have to do all this. Basic and this thing, we have to take repeated follow-up, colposcopy, biopsy, or endocervical injection. We can take that regional resections of this. So this is all this thing you have to follow up all these things. So treatment for CIN, CIN2 is on this. Basic treatment. Basic treatment of is to destroy the abnormal cell. Basic treatment is to destroy this plastic cell, all this thing. So how will destroy? There is different method of destruction. There are different method of destruction of this. So either it can be destroyed with burning, freezing, or coagulation. So what that is. So it has to be destroyed. That is also. So how will destroy all these things, cells, all these things? So basically we are doing cryosurgery, laser ablation, electrophotoresis. Other method of excisional. So ablative method, destruction method, or excision method. So cryosurgery again you are doing that is also cryosurgery, labor, cryosurgery destruction, either for the heat cryosurgery. Cryosurgery is this thing, freezing the cell, freezing the cell with neon argon. We are creating this system. So carbon monoxide is used on this thing. So what we are doing just, but there are some instrument is there. I'll show you the instrument. This is a cryoprobe is there. So cryoprobe is there. This probe is fitted to the cervix, and that is it. So argon or neon gas is released here, freeze, thaw, and freeze. So freeze, thaw, and freeze. Just move this probe there, do it in cryosurgery 3 minutes, and stop this measure, and then again you will freeze. In this way, that what will this is, when you are freezing all this thing, cell, this suspicious cells, all this thing, what happens when it freezes? That volume will expand and it will rupture rupture the cells. So cryosurgery process is a freezing with gases, and this thing is there. So when this cryosurgery destruction is 3 to 5 millimeter, you can destroy the cells into 3 to 5 millimeter from this all this thing. Again, laser also, either it is a coagulation, cauterization, electrocoagulation. Directly we are coagulating, electric current is part. Laser also now at the advanced stage is there, that is advanced procedure is laser ablation is also there. This is better than the cryosurgery. Then excisional method. Earlier days, that is called a knife excision, that is conization is there. Basic idea to remove the scamocolumnar junction, which include this scamocolumnar junction, endocervical tissues, and extracervical tissue. It includes trauma and gland, all these things. So it is again that is remove all these things and send for that is histopathology. So conization not only helps with the diagnosis, but it also helps with therapeutic. Suppose it's early disease, you have removed this whole tissues, then they are almost 100% that is success of pure weight is there. 5 years ago, 100% 5 years ago. Laser polarizations, again we have laser. So with the help of laser, we are removing this pharmacolumnar junction along with it. Leech and leaf. Leech is large loop electro excision or transformation zone. Leech, large loop excision of transformation zone. Large loop excision of transformation zone. That is here also with the help of that is with the help of this is probe, that is also. This one is where, that is also. So if the cervix is there, just you sweep the all this thing is that, then cervix, suppose it is a cervix is there, here cervix is there, just move all this thing, you remove this pharmacolumnar junction. So that is our last position. So large location. So excision procedure is better than ablative because again the recurrence may occur. Here you are removing total all this. But sometimes if you are using current all this to remove the tissue, then margin may not be visible. Then you cannot know invasion of the disease. That is the reason. Otherwise it is better than. So colposcopy biopsy, what we are doing is conservation, ablation, coagulation, cryosurgery, laser of like local excision, called knife excision, laser connect, lead, and it is a recent needle aspiration of transference. The radial excision is conization, trachelectomy. That is the total removal of this. So these are the all method. It is a aged person that has completed family. Instead of going conversion, better to do all the removal of this cervix or maybe hysterectomy is also there. So this is all this thing assessment of treatment discussed. So this is a summary of all this thing is there that is also what we are doing is summary. So and follow up. Follow up is there that is. So what is it? That is a cryosurgery. This is cryo. What I am cryo is there. This one is cryo. This probe is there. This is the gas. Nitrogen gas is there. We are using carbon monoxide here. This is nitrogen gas is there. It is using. It will create -70 degree. That is freeze this area, this palmocolumnar junction here. That is whitening area. You can see here. This is. So this is on this thing, it's freezing all this thing. When you release the gas for 3 minutes and just switch off. Again freeze, or again freeze. Freeze, or freeze. Fine. Freeze, thaw and freeze. So when your this is follow up for this patient is you have to follow after this is cryo. There may be excessive vaginal discharge. There may be excessive vaginal discharge. So patient should be told all these things. You will have excessive vaginal discharge so that you can see this. So this is all these things. So this is a large loop mission. Paul 9 conization, but I told you just know what we are doing is called nitrogen. That is the diagnosis. I told you diagnosis is for and therapeutics also. For evaluation of all these things. So what happened all these things? It is the indications. This is abnormal cell is the abnormal colposcopy. That pap smear is dysplasia cell. So if you are seeing abnormal cytology, abnormal colposcopy, and suspicious, that is also. Then you can go for colposcopy. That is it. Here what we are saying that is all this chunk of cone type tissue is removed here. It includes not only whole cervical tissue, epithelium, stroma as well as gland, all these things. But ideally is that you have to remove this palmocolumnar junction. Once you remove all these things, you have to send to histopathology department and saying all this. But if all these thing is confirmation of this malignancy, abnormal cell, and not only the contents as far as it is spread of the disease, whether margin is involved or if it is margin, you have to treat live CSRD, all this invasive disease. So that is advantage of all this conization. So this is all this conization is here. Once you have the conization tissue, you have to say mark this. So you have to identify the method. Their identification feature is given at 12. So that pathology will know which area is acting, whether it is 3 o'clock position, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And take multiple, at least minimum 6 to 12 sections, so that they'll not miss this because it is micro invasion. Micro invasion. So they will not miss the they will not miss the this minimum that will lesion. That is so that is essential. So this is conization, but the problem during procedure is there may be bleeding. So we have to put this hemostatic suture either 3 o'clock on the 3 o'clock position and 9 o'clock position because blood supply comes from laterally. So better high up in fornix, you put one suture in 3 o'clock position, another suture in 9 o'clock position, and take out the tissue. After that, the bleeding is one thing, then it is there that there may be complications. One is bleeding, and other thing if it is stenosis of the cervix, stenosis, opening and close, stenosis of the cervix. When stenosis occurs, then whatever blood is accumulated inside because pyometra or that is hematometra, hematometra pyometra, that is also is the procedure. And infection, when there is infection is there. And later half of this, because you are removing all these things there, then it may be fibrosis or stenosis at the end, that is a chance. If it is removing the tissue in later half of the person, if patient is pregnant, then you will have that is pregnant, then there may be cervical incompetence. Time? Okay. Now it is time. Cervical incompetence, all these things, prematurely preterm. So this all about this CIN, all this thing. I think today time is over. So stay well, stay safe. Okay, take care. Okay, bye.